Hello, YouTubers. Wanted to just share some details about the latest meditation in the world, peace meditation. I was in dialysis on Friday. I do that 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I was having a rough day Friday afternoon. I was having a rough day, and I haven't had a really rough day for quite some time, but I had a rough day. And one of the things that happens to me on dialysis, which is almost always, my blood pressure will drop down to 70 or worse. And I kind of like pass out. My eyes go to the back of my head, and if they happen to witness it, that's what they tell me happens, and I pass out. And they have a blood pressure cup on you at all times, so it checks every half hour or so, or they'll check it sooner if they want. And alarms go off. That's one of the reasons, and because I have a catheter, most people, after a while, they get it into the arm, which is what this is for. It's supposed to be growing in there and getting larger and fatter and whatever. And I guess another month it'll be closer to being mature. But if it's too deep in the skin, they're going to have to go back in with another surgery and pull it up to the surface so that they can get the needles into the arm without using a big needle. That's how most people do dialysis, is they do it that way. They go into the vein. Um, they go into the surgery spot and they take a vein and artery and they bridge them together. They call it a shunt. And then the artery that feeds the hand, and I guess there are other arteries, so it's not like it's the only one. Will get enlarged because it's now feeding into a smaller one on the return. But anywho, I'm still using these things up here. They go into an artery in the neck down here. These pretty little things, and they're in their own right causes issues. They want to go in and replace it with a new one. They run a wire down the catheter into the artery, and then they pull out the old one and slide a new one down that wire back to where it's supposed to be. And they think it's kind of getting clogged. It's been in there since, I don't know, since April. So, at any rate, so Friday I wasn't having a good time. I was dizzy, and the room was spinning, and I was sick to my stomach, and overall just miserable. And you know that, or also I know some of you don't believe, but that's okay. Um, I don't believe in the Easter Bunny either, so you can not believe in fairies, and I won't believe in the Easter Bunny. But don't mess with my Santa. And you know who I'm talking to. But anywho, you know, then they give me a medication called Metadrine that will actually bring up my blood pressure. I had to give that twice, and I have to kind of lie almost flat in the chair because if I sit up, I get dizzy. So I have to go down flat, and then I try to inch myself back up. So I had heard a voice saying to imagine yourself at Eagle Rock and imagine you're participating in this event. And I'm going, why? Actually, I use some choice swearing. Of course, I have my BiPAP mask on, so people can't hear me swearing and arguing with, you know, an imaginary being. But eventually, I projected myself in Chimney Rock in Australia. Not Australia, I'm sorry. I wish Australia. I, I'm almost convinced that there's a special place in Australia that I would have a very fun time at. In fact, I think I saw it on a TV show, a detective TV show. But that's a whole other story because I'm not in Australia. So Chimney Rock is in Colorado at a state park, and there are some pictures in the beginning of the area and the climb to the top. So that was where I was projecting myself to. And while I was in the chair, I was thumping with my left hand. My right hand has to stay still because of this. My left hand was thumping on the table, the beat of a native drum, like the drum I have, which is over there. Can't see it, but I could get it, I suppose. But I have a drum over there that's over there, and I was just imagining myself beating on the drum, and kind of like a heartbeat. And then I was imagining the flute, so I was singing the flute melody. At the same time, I was singing a chant. So I was playing three parts of those in the circle. And oddly enough, that kept me occupied for the next 2 hours. I'm in there usually 4.5 hours is what I'm in there for. And it's a long time to not move around. Usually my legs start cramping after about 3.5 hours. My legs will start to cramp. So I have to kind of move them around and stuff. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I go into a massive Charlie horse state. And I had one a few days ago, and they had to have me basically put my feet on the floor and spot me so I don't flip over while I'm trying to get rid of the pain. So they're drawing fluid out of your body, and some of the side effects are cramps, leg cramps. So this is how it is. But I don't feel sorry for myself, and I don't get depressed about it. But I was very unhappy on Friday because I was seriously miserable. And so this meditation, the meditation that I channeled Friday night when I came home, isn't what I did at the dialysis unit. At the dialysis unit, I basically did the chant and the flute and the drum. And I projected myself up there, and I listened and got the imagery of what they wished me to do. Now, many years ago, I'm not exactly sure when, I'd have to look it up. We went on an intensive, which is a workshop, but it's a very intense workshop, to the four corners of the United States. Now, the four corners of the United States is 4 states that intersect like this. There's Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. And there's a spot on the Native American reservation that has a plaque in the concrete of those 4 states. I even have a picture of me standing on those, so I could actually stand on all 4 states at the same time. They call that the Four Corners. It's the only place in the United States where 4 states intersect in such a way. So, I took this trip and we worked on a lot of personal growth stuff. And when I was on the Chimney Rock, I picked up a Native American energy. And we actually did a channel session around a campfire, 12 of us for the Council of the 12. And I had channeled this Native American energy. And we actually only had 2 men in the group, and the rest were women. So we had 12 people, and 2 men and 10 women. I channeled this Native American energy, and the Native American energy was so emotionally sad. I've never cried so much in my life after this experience. I even called home and said, "I'm just so sad." I think I talked to my daughter Cassie. I might have talked to my daughter Kirsten. I'm not sure which one I talked to now, but I was so tremendously sad. And because these Native American energies had saw how the world had shifted in such a negative way from the time when they were more or less physical on the planet. And since then, that Native American energy has been traveling with me. The fairy energy is the one that's most prominent. And the third energy has to do with Gaia, Mother Earth. Now, I don't channel Mother Earth, but I channel probably the soul of Mother Earth, if that makes any sense. Some of you might think it makes sense. Some of the people think I'm wonko, but that's okay. I don't mind being wonko to some people. It's my experience, not yours. So when I came home and I was thinking about it, I wanted to get it down on video, so I recorded it on the Adobe Premiere Pro, and I played the drum. I didn't do video playing the drum. And I basically just sat here with my eyes closed and the headphones on, and I just went into the conscious choice. I'm not an unconscious channel. I'm a conscious choice. I know what it is I say, usually. And that you'll have to listen. I know it's an hour long. I'm sorry, it's an hour long. It can't do it in a shorter period of time. But listen to it. You don't have to watch it. You can close your eyes and sit in your easy chair and listen to it. Do it driving. I would suggest don't do it driving or handling, dangerous equipment while you're listening to it. Just relax and imagine yourself as one of the 12 people around the campfire. You might have a flute, you might have a drum, and you might just sing. It's all up to you. You might do all 3. It's all up to you. And I kind of hope that you participate in the meditation. I'm sorry it's an hour long again, but I think you'll enjoy it. I think it really worked out well. I've listened to it a couple of times. Sometimes it amazes me about how the meditations will come out. Sometimes they're unscripted. I just do them. Sometimes I try to write the script first, but I don't type very well. Actually, this one is over on the shift key and the backup key and the delete key, and this one is the one that pops around the keyboard. So it's easier for me to just record it and then add what I wish later. This morning, I was going to do it last night. I was going to use the light on my camera and sit on the back porch in the dark and record it, and then I would have that, dark background. But it was 12 o'clock, and when I'm out of dialysis, I usually get tired eventually. That was the point where I get tired. So I got up this morning. I thought, oh, I'll just do it at sunrise, which would be a really great time. Really great time. And it was 46 degrees outside. So I had to wait till kind of got up a little higher, at least to 65. But, so the sun was up. You could see the sun shining on me. And you can see my nice backyard and the energy there. And I stayed on oxygen. I hid the hose down in the shirt, but you can still see it on there. And I managed to play for almost an hour, which really surprised me. I didn't think I would last that long because, you're filling up your lungs and you're blowing it out. And I was really surprised I actually made it. So. And I put everything together. My daughter gave me some pictures of bonfires, and I downloaded some video of bonfires from Pixel. And I think it's quite magical. And I hope that you share it with people. I hope you share it on your Facebook or on your Rumble or whatever, or your Twitter, wherever you share your videos to. And like and subscribe and enjoy the video. I think you'll find it quite interesting. And today I went and got eggs. I buy eggs 15 dozen at a time, so I can get range-free organic eggs for like $4.25 a dozen. Otherwise, I'm paying like $6.50. And I got some more organic butter, low salt or almost no salt, from a place called Highland Farms. Matter of fact, I bought my daughter some ice cream, and golly gee, she forgot to take it with her. I don't know. What can I say? Strawberry cheesecake. Don't tell anybody at dialysis that I'm having strawberry cheesecake. Oh, well. Actually, my sugar is really low, so I don't have too much in the house that has sugar in. Anywho, I wish everyone's having a good time out there. Things are unfortunately heating up in the world, and a world peace meditation right now would probably be really effective. If not effective, it would create a momentum in all the countries. Australia, New Zealand, British Isles. I'm trying to think of people in other countries that are on my channel. And share it. Maybe play it for the family. Put it in the background while you're having dinner. And they'll say, just listen. Just listen. And if it does make a comment, tell me all about it. So I wish everyone well. And I am going to end stream. End stream. Nope, you're not allowed to end stream yet.